Howdy y'all, it's your favorite trainer with a belt buckle. Going over the 3 most common mistakes that trainers make with programming for clients. Make sure to follow us on Instagram and YouTube. If you haven't read the book, you're missing out. How to become a successful personal trainer. Not just anecdotes about how awesome I am. There's a little bit of that, but it's more about the experiences from other successful trainers to help you be successful. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe. We have a 2-month internship in San Diego, Los Angeles, as well as Austin starting in October, weekend seminars, and we're online. Stop chasing certifications, chase knowledge, anatomy, and programming. So let's get into this. 3 most common mistakes that we're gonna see. Variety. People think that's a good thing. Novelty is associated with better. Would you rather have an iPhone 12 or an iPhone 6? We want new. So the insecure trainer designs a program on Monday that's going to be back squats into push-ups, do that for 3 rounds of 15, chin-ups into band walks, abductions into walking lunges, side lunges, leg curls, end off on leg press. There's a lot of exercises, and people think the more the better, and that's not the case. Here's day 2, a non-consecutive day, goblets into Aussies into ab work, 3x15, bridges into Arnold press into abs, and then we end off on RDL, leg extensions and abs. Non-consecutive 3rd day, we would have jumping lunges, kettlebells, 30 seconds. Burpees, Bosu ball, 30 seconds. Battle rope, mountain climbers, 30 seconds. And then we end off on HIIT. Ironically, we don't have variety in our rep ranges. Why is it that girls are always doing time sets, and why are we doing 3x15? And guys are doing 3x10. Variety with the acute variables, not like your cute, acute short-term variables, your reps, your rest, the intensity, that is a huge determinant on your long-term success. We gotta look at the mechanisms of hypertrophy, what we call STDs. You gotta get more of them. Metabolic stress, tension, and damage. We gotta get away from falling in love with a rep range. We gotta look at what's happening to the velocity of that concentric movement. So if you do, let's do a military press, you do a press, and this is your first rep, and that's your 15th rep, and you stop there, the velocity is the same. So you're probably not stimulating the muscle enough. The tension on the muscle isn't nearly enough. So variety is not a good thing with programming. I want to see back squats, chin-ups, and lunges. We have a squat pattern, a unilateral, and a push or a pull. I want to see that on the next day. I want to see that on the next day. Typically, our clients are going to be training 3 times a week, so full body. There will be exceptions to the rule. Maybe you have a nurse Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday because they're working 4 days in a row. We may need to do an upper or lower body split and then a full body on that 3rd day. It's a case by case, but typically it's going to be full body. And so for these full body workouts, you're going to have your meat and potatoes. What are your big blocks? Imagine we have a little container. You have maybe 3 to 5 big balls in there like this. These big blocks are what are going to be the exercises, the movements that are based on your client's goals. So typically for girls, we want a big old caboose. We want nice flat tummy, toned arms. For guys, we want the arm farm. We want a jacked chest. So we're going to focus more on upper body patterns for guys, lower body patterns for girls. So what it might look like is a back squat, a chin up, a lunge, and a push up. And then on this day, I'm doing a back squat, a chin up, a push up variation, and some type of pull. So I'm incorporating those patterns and we're overloading differently. So maybe on Monday, we're doing 3 sets of 20, 15, 12. And then on Wednesday, we move the back squats to the end and we do 3 sets of 25, 20, 15. The intensities will be different, but you're owning the movement competency of the exercise. How do you get better at shooting free throws? By shooting half-court shots? By getting on a Bosu ball? No, you practice more free throws. So I can always tell an inexperienced trainer by a lot of variety within their programming. 3 different days completely. You don't know what's going on. Get back into the basics of understanding movement and programming. People ask me all the time, what's the best book to understand programming better? Find and observe trainers who've been doing this for a long time that can help with your mentorship. We got to stop seeking certifications for knowledge. Certifications are like the sheep, the blind following the, what do we call it? The blind following the blind, whatever it is. Certs don't make you a great trainer. Understanding programming and anatomy does, but having the right mentor and going through an internship for proper guided experience. Volume and isolation. Can't tell you how many times I see a bro arm day. We have 7 different exercises by 3 sets of 10. That's 21 total sets. That's way too much volume. You may be able to handle it because you're taking Tren or Andro, whatever we are on today, but the optimal volume per workout per muscle between about 9 to 15 sets. Depends on how hard you're getting after it. So how many reps are in reserve? Are you really going to volitional fatigue? See a lot of trainers that are inexperienced putting a lot of exercises and a ton of isolation. So we're doing for a leg day, we start out with leg curls and leg extensions. That's pre-exhaustive bodybuilding anecdote. Well, it may work for a small few people, but not for your clients who are trying to lose weight. Even for the people trying to put size on, I would prefer, you want bigger arms? I challenge you, before you start isolating your arms, just crank out a ton of chin-ups and overload the chin-ups until you have 16-inch arms. We don't need to isolate so much. Everyone just does strict curls and preacher curls and Zopman curls, and we isolate these pretty small muscles. When you do a chin-up, you're damaging your lats. You're also getting work from the scapula and those muscles. You're getting the biceps as well, creating more damage. Go back to that STD principle. And the third most common mistake that we see with programming is a lot of cardio and or fluff, Instagram-worthy stuff. We got our battle ropes into our push-ups, into our burpees. Get on the Mosu ball. Make sure we do that for 30 seconds. And we just do a ton of exercise in this circuit. Cardio is fine to do. Get your steps in. Run a mile once a week. Set a PR. All about strengthening your heart tissue, your cardiac tissue. But when you put it into a circuit, jumps today, everyone's doing this. Who are we trying to hump? What's going on? Stop it. You load your arms and then you come up. That's how you jump. But when you put cardio with an exercise like a squat or a bench press or a pull, you're compromising the integrity of that main lift. Go back to the STD principle, your tension. So for example, if I'm back squatting 200 pounds for 8 reps and I hit that 8th rep and now I go into jumping jacks or some type of cardio for 30 seconds to a minute. Even if I rest for a minute, by the time I come back to my back squats, I'm compromising the integrity. I'm not going to be able to do 8 reps, maybe 2 or 3. So I have to drop the load. And this is why classes are so popular. F45, they just went public, worth $1.5 billion. Holy shit, for shit. That's what they are. It's a bunch of circus shit, and it's hard. So people think hard is better, and it couldn't be further from the truth. It's hard to drink a bottle of whiskey and then drive down Sunset. Does that mean that's what you should do? No, don't do that. That's stupid. It's harder to drive from LA to Dallas to San Francisco. Why would you do that if you want to get to San Francisco? Just drive straight up. So we got to train smart and hard. So too many people today are not training smart and they're just grinding it out by doing all of these sets. So I feel for our clients because they think that if you want to get in great shape, you got to work out for 7 hours a day, 6 times a week. 3 biggest mistakes. Too many exercises. If you really want to get better at so I like using sports analogies. If you're an offense-oriented basketball team, how do you get better at your offense? You practice your offense. You practice. Keep it simple, shithead. So you just run that offense and you get really, really, really good at it. It's the same with movement. If you want to get a bigger backside, we should be hinging, we should be squatting, we should be doing unilateral stuff. Find 3 exercises. For me, I like the hip thrust, posterior tilt, extension. I like goblet squats. I'll put that more at the end. And then I'm a big advocate of reverse lunges. Reverse lunges. It's going to be more of a hinge pattern. I don't like walking lunges personally. So those are the 3 exercises I'm going to do all the time. I'm going to pepper in some fun stuff because you have to play the game. So don't misquote me and say, it's going to be boring. No, my workouts are boring because I understand the science. I'll do 2 exercises for a chest day, bench press and incline. That's it, I'll do 6 sets each. I'll change up the reps and it gets results because I'm not doing the same thing. Meaning, actually throw that around. I don't mean that. That's actually a good thing. I mean the same thing as in always doing that same load. Progressive overload. We talk about this in class. There's a lot of variants that will help progressively overload the movement. When you have all the variety, that's not good. So too much variety, volume and isolation. When I can look at a program, if I see a lot of isolation work, if I see a ton of volume, I guarantee you that it's an influencer, not a fitness professional. And last but not least, a ton of cardio, a lot of fluff, Instagram-worthy exercise. We're standing on a Bosu ball, one leg, one eye closed, and we're doing this stupid shit. Our clients want results. Focus on the fundamentals, movement patterns, progressive overload, being consistent. If you want to learn more about this, read the book, How to Become a Successful Personal Trainer and to Set Expectations for This Industry. There's too many certified trainers that don't know what the fuck they're doing. If you want to separate from the masses, be qualified. And qualified is understanding programming, movement, growing your business, and that's what's going to help you be successful. Comment, like, subscribe. If you have any questions, shoot us a message, info@showupfitness.com. Also on Instagram, your favorite trainer with a belt buckle. Have a great day, y'all.